Because when I walked in, it was packed. And what do you think I saw? What do you think I saw?
What did you see?
Exactly what I thought I was going to see.
What?
80 women sitting alone. No men in sight. None.
I saw so many Black women try to solve a problem in dating by starting to host events in person, trying to create third spaces to facilitate dating like offline. And you know what would happen every single time? The men were not signing up. They would be selling tickets to speed dating, and they would always end up with men's tickets on sale. Always, because they weren't buying in, right? Not one single man sent their profile in. And mind you, this is an account that has well over 100,000 followers. It's just time to stop. It's time to stop. They have made it very loud and clear.
And here's why I think we're doomed to be single for the rest of our lives.
We think that we've actually hit rock bottom.
I'm gonna get hate for this, but whatever. I approached a Black man this week at like a dating event, and he was not interested in me. And that by itself is like not a great story, right? I tried to shoot my shot. He was not interested. I moved on. But immediately after I walked away from this man, he went up to a group of 5 white women and he introduced himself to all of them. And then I kind of observed out of like the corner of my eye for the rest of the evening, this man was only going up and talking to different white women. Later that night, another very attractive Black man came in, the exact same thing, only talked to the white women that were in the room. There were maybe 6 or 7 Black women throughout. And I could tell, I would look over at the Black women occasionally, they would be looking, we would all be observing the same thing. We're all thinking the same thing, right? And as someone who has reviewed a bunch of different like dating events, I have seen this play out so many times where you walk into a room, the Black women are looking for other Black men and the Black men are not looking for Black women.
So I'm 31, single for the first time in 11 years, and I thought I was ready to be in my Playboy era. So dating apps, casual fun, maybe even taking a few boys home. Sorry, Mom. But here's the thing about being a Playboy when you are 31 and fresh out of a long-term relationship. You're not really experienced doing casual. So as much as you want to, your brain is still kind of stuck on wife mode. So one second you are swiping right, and the next you are making him coffee and driving him to work at 5 a.m. But that's just normal to you. I've spent the last 11 years of my life caring for someone. And even though that's just part of my nature, the point of this era is to focus on myself. So that is exactly why I am swearing off boys for Solo September. Because as much as I want to be in my Playboy era, I think it's more important that I'm in my selfish era first.
So are you telling me that you telling me you got cracked and now you want to kind of try to take it back? So I'm kind of wondering if the next guy that you come across, you're gonna be like, you know, I had that phase, but I'm completely healed now.
If you think no good guys go to singles events, you're going to the wrong singles events. Let me show you some of the hotties that came to our last one. There's a cutie, there's another cutie in the back there. Lots of tall, handsome, well-established men. Not only good looking, but really kind too. I'm not going to say who, but some of these guys actually walked away with girlfriends out of this now. I met up with some of the people from that event and they told me that they know of 3 couples that's come out of that event, just that one event, and that's the ones that I know of. And I'm sure there's countless other little success stories that have happened within that too. So anyways, if you want to meet someone in the wild in Sydney and you want to get off the dating apps, this is the place to do it. Thursday, 11th of September at the Rook in Sydney. I'd love to see you there.
Do those guys have 6 packs? Do they make 6 figures? Are they willing to drop $500 on a date? That's probably why those types of women are not showing up to your singles event, because they've already scoped the man and he doesn't have a Rolex on. So he must be broke. They peeped that he didn't get out of a Bentley or Rolls Royce. So he must be broke.
A man who's comfortable being alone is a dangerous man. If you test his limits, he'll set a boundary and keep it. And if you threaten to walk away, he'll open the door. That's because he's not driven by need. He's guided by values. He lets you in by choice, not desperation. Be that man.
So here's the thing, right? This is a PSA for modern women out here. Y'all, stop arguing with that man and being combative because he checking you on things that need to be corrected. That's what a man's supposed to do. That's what a man does when he actually cares about you and wants you to be in his life and is serious about you. He don't play about you. Stop looking at it as a attack and become defensive, and then want to become combative, and then want to start deflecting. I'm just here to tell y'all that if a man corrects you, it's because he actually really bang with you, right? If he's not correcting you, you should be very concerned. If he's just letting you do whatever you want to do, he don't like you like that. I promise you, he don't like you like that. So I'm going to be the woman to tell you, let that man correct you in peace. Stop arguing with that man and being combative with that man. And anytime you want to argue and be combative, I just want you to take your hand and pop yourself just like that. All right?
So you don't want to cry in a Rolls Royce, you'd rather just...
I'd rather cry in a Honda. Or not cry at all, actually.
Right. Would you rather date a rich athlete that treats you like trash or an average man that treats you like a queen? And I need you to be 100% honest with me today.
An average man that treats me like a queen.
So what if he can't buy you the designer bags, can't pay your rent, can't take you on a trip 5 times a year, but the rich athlete, whenever you with him, y'all having a hell of a time, you get whatever you want, but the average man just can't give you that experience. You still going with the average man?
I'm still going with the average man because I feel like the money is not that big of a problem. Like, I have my own money, so I don't need all that. And the money come and go. Like, the athlete could be out the league tomorrow. I'm going to stick with my average man that got a steady job, and we could work something out. We could, 50-50.
So you rather go 50-50 than with a dude who got like a max contract. We talking like $300 million. He could do whatever you want him to do, but he treats you like pure trash. But I mean, you in Tulum, you in Jamaica, you with the Birkin bags, you doing what the hell you want to do, and you rather go with the average man.
I don't want to be stressing and crying in Tulum. I want to enjoy my time. So, yeah, I'm still going with the average man.
So you don't want to cry in a Rolls Royce, you'd rather just...
I'd rather cry in a Honda. Or not cry at all, actually.
Right. But any man is going to put you through some BS, whether he's average or whether he's rich.
I mean, but I feel like when it's an athlete, it's on a higher status. Like,
right.
It's women that will mess with athletes, like you said, because of the money, and they'll let them do whatever to them. And... I'm not competing with that. I'd rather just leave that to them. Like, they can have that. I'm good.
The reason why I have a strong sexual appetite for my wife is because I don't go eat burgers and fries and shakes when I'm out. I eat when I get home. My eyes, I don't go feast on other women's bodies all day and then compare my wife's body that I've been with for 26 years to somebody's body that ain't even 26 years old.
It is so true that if a man is like, oh, I'm not attracted to my wife anymore. Look at his search history. Look at what he's looking at on social media. It is not normal for a married man to go and look at all these naked women on a screen. Of course he's not going to be attracted to his wife anymore. He's meeting his sexual appetite. He's feeding it with a bunch of other women. Sometimes I'll even hear a woman say, I don't care if my man looks but doesn't touch. One day he's going to get bored of you because he has feasted his eyes on every other woman he had access to. Whenever a man says something like, I can't imagine being with one woman for the rest of my life. Yeah, it's because you've been feeding your lust. You're looking at naked woman after naked woman after naked woman on your social media, on your internet searches. In real life, you're staring at every other woman. And so then, yeah, by the time you look at your wife, you're like, it could be better. If looking at altered images affects women's self-esteem, if looking at women who have had a ton of work done affects women's self-esteem, you think men aren't impacted by looking at all these images? A good man will protect his eyes. He's not going to be out there staring at every other woman, fantasizing about every other woman. He knows that to protect his marriage, he will have self-control day in and day out, instead of being this very lustful kind of guy. If a man tells me, oh, I'm just not attracted to my wife anymore, I already know what he's been looking at. I know that kind of man who falls out of love with his wife because he's not attracted to her anymore has fed his lust over and over and over. And that kind of man will never be satisfied.
Well, I think we do a great job of looking at it from one side of the floor. You don't have to eat burgers and shakes and fries in order to have that be the only way that you want this type of stuff. You don't have to eat junk food. sometimes your food at home is just not seasoned correctly. Just the way it is. Maybe it's spoiled. Maybe you have to go back out to the market and look and pick better next time. You know what I mean? And I'm not advocating for going out there and getting another woman. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying maybe, just maybe, the food that you got at the house, it was looking fresh, but then over time, there's no maintenance. Just kept on getting spoiled over and over again. There's a lot of women that get into relationships and they just let themselves go. When a man lets himself go, a woman has no problem telling him about it. But when a man just say, hey man, you kind of let yourself go. Maybe work out a little bit. Oh, I'm just too tired. I've got this going on. No excuses. Make time to get it done. Period. End of story. Oh, we gotta always be in our man to go to the doctor and they never make time. Just like y'all make time to go to the doctor and get your checkup and all that stuff. Make time to keep yourself up. Now, you're not going to be the slimmest thing out there, but it ain't going to hurt to keep it close.
True or false? Men don't talk about their feelings because most of the time they end up upsetting their woman, then have to console her on how his feelings made her feel.
Let me learn you something. Let me teach you something. Every man has to teach you how to be a wife to them. All men are different. You could come doing something that you normally do for this that this other ain't going for. But talking about how can a man teach you how to be a wife? For shit show. And then gotta show you how he want his clothes earned. And then gotta show you how he want his sheets fluffed, bitch. That's a man teaching you how to be a wife. Teaching you how to be his wife. What you talking about? You probably don't make macaroni and cheese like his mama do. That mean he gotta tell you like, baby, I like my macaroni and cheese like woo. That mean you have to learn. It's learned behavior when you deal with every man. Every man is not the same. Bitch, I'm trying to teach you all something. You bitches always want to be argumentative. Listen sometimes. Combative ass bitch. Talking about I ain't submissive, bitch. I ain't never had no problem with Ann until it's time for me to leave. That's when they want to punch on me.
When my boyfriend proposes to me, I do not want him to ask my dad for his permission. What I do want is for him to inform both my dad and my mom that he plans to propose in approximately when, out of respect. Nobody needs permission to ask me something. That's a decision for me to make. There's no asking. I am not an object.
Generation has girl bossed so hard that they have forgotten men come and ask your dad for your hand in marriage because it is your dad's job to love you, protect you, shield you. And when a man comes and asks for your hand in marriage, he's not asking for property ownership rights. He's saying, can I take over that really important job? Femininity needs to be protected. In order for that to happen, we have to encourage masculinity. But in a world that says, I don't need no man and girl bosses, that's never going to happen.
No, we know this is what no makeup looks like, and all the makeup you use is going to keep making your acne worse. That's why the largest makeup company in the world, L'Oreal, is also the largest face wash company in the world, because they know that all of the makeup that you're using to cake your face, clog your pores, and not allow natural light to clean your skin is going to cause you to buy their face wash, and you're just going to be stuck in this perpetual cycle buying their products for the rest of your life. Just stop using makeup, and your skin will heal up, and we know the difference anyway, so it shouldn't even matter. That's so tough.
If your man has to beg for affection, something is really off. He shouldn't have to chase you around the house just to get a kiss. He shouldn't feel like he's bothering you just to be touched. He is your husband, not some side character you can barely tolerate. You say you love him, but when was the last time you showed him without words, without him asking? And I'm not talking about packing his lunch. I'm talking about pulling him in close when he walks by, letting your hands linger a little bit longer than usual, reminding him you still want him. If he's showing up, working hard, staying loyal, being a solid man, do not make him feel like he's starving for your attention. Flirt, touch, initiate. When husbands feel ignored long enough, they stop asking. Desire is not a bonus in marriage. It's really the glue that holds it all together.
Fellas, you gotta get a Tyler. Watch this. Babe, Hey, can you go to the store and get me a snack? You know, yeah, the one I like. Can you go to the store real quick and get it for me? Because I'm tired.
You want a snack?
I want a snack.
Okay.
Yo, was she really? Yo, okay, she. Hold on, baby, I was just playing. Baby. I was just playing, babe. I was just playing. Come here. No, come here. Quit playing. Come here. I was just playing. I'm sorry. All right, I appreciate you.
You know, I'm so tired of these dudes coming online bragging about what these women overseas would do for you. The women in America are fine too. Like, watch this. Check this out. Hey, baby, would you mind making me a sandwich?
Make your own damn sandwich.
This is embarrassing. How far is Thailand again?
My boy CJ say, did my passport expire yet?
I used to say silly things like, where are all the good men at? Until I started taking accountability. Now I know I'm just an ain't shit ass bitch. Maybe I am the problem. Maybe I am the problem. Maybe I am the problem.
The devil's having a field day breaking up marriages and stopping relationships from forming into godly marriages, and y'all are just simply allowing him to do so. He's clever. Y'all know that. So of course he's going to showcase all of these high-earning relationships or the relationships that look perfect online, so that way the people who don't make six figures, especially the women, will end up forming these unrealistic expectations and rejecting the man that God has for them. Well, God ain't gonna give me a man who doesn't make six figures, because God knows my heart and he knows what I desire and he gives me what my heart desires. That is not the truth. The Bible does say that he'll give you the desires of your heart, but before that, it says take delight in the Lord. Seek what he wants. So at the end, it doesn't matter what you want. You gonna reject who God has for you? Another thing that just blows my mind is that the new standard for love is lifestyle. Here's a little bit of wisdom. Six figures does not equate to six fruit. Just because he makes six figures doesn't mean that he carries the fruit of the Spirit, nor does it mean that his character will allow him to show up to be a godly man for a godly marriage. You keep on focusing on the network, you're gonna end up rejecting who God actually has for you. Some of y'all really be thinking that y'all can just control the outcome of everything, that y'all speak in a way in regards to the future as if you will have control of what happens 10 or 15 years. You can do everything that you can right now and God can change it. I have heard time and time again women say, I'm in my Ruth era. No, you're not, because Ruth didn't marry Boaz for money. She didn't marry him because he was rich. The question you need to ask is, do they produce what matters in a godly marriage? Rest the conversation. My God.
They don't really be listening. Like I say, a lot of times they think that God is a genie. So they don't really be trying to develop no type of relationship with him. They don't be praying. They say they go to church. They say they believe. They only talk to him when they need something from him. They don't really meditate like that. They don't really read scripture like that. And so when a man walks into their life, giving them instruction, then all of a sudden it's a problem. Well, it wouldn't have been a problem if you would have just read this chapter. The pastor and first lady, when you was talking to them about trying to get married and find a man 2 years ago, would have told you, they told you that you would have read that, it would have been, oh yeah, that makes sense. Your daddy and your mama trying to tell you throughout your life during Bible study and bedtime stories, hey, this is what it is. If you would have listened in, your training eventually would have come out. But you too hell-bent on not listening to nobody, and now you confused.
Women
Praise
have
God.
a hard time taking responsibility. We have a hard time being shown ourselves. And I've come to realize that women are very, very prideful. Like, men have egos, but women are very prideful.
I'm
And the
just saying
reason
that.
why we have a hard time being shown who we are is because the opposite of pride is shame. And we don't want to feel that shame because it is very painful.
Wow.
But let me tell you something. You have nothing to be shameful about simply because you're imperfect. We are all imperfect. One of the best gifts you can give your husband is when he says, babe, this is how I'm feeling. This is what I see in you. This is where you can improve. This is the adjustments I think that you can make, is to sit back and think about it and then say, you know what, babe, I can see where I could do better in that area. I'm sorry for making you feel that way. I don't want you to feel that way, right? Eat it, because that's going to give you the relationship you're actually fighting for.
Sis, can I share something with you? Flat out, you're the problem. Every time I talk with a woman of today, You guys got a serious attitude when it comes to your relationship, when it comes to your marriage. You actually believe that your husband has to take all your advice, do everything you say, only agree with you, or you guys can't move on. You always got something to input. You are the problem, and you have the arrogance and the audacity to believe if your husband doesn't do it the way you want to do it, then it doesn't need to get done. You guys are the problem in your relationships. I very seldomly see a man who doesn't want to try to work things out. Most of you don't want to work things out. You just want to work things your way. You're spoiled. You're entitled. You have this arrogance about you that if you don't listen to me, I'm just trying to get clarification. I just need help on this. No, you don't need clarification. What you need is a size 12 diaper because you're acting like a child, throwing a temper tantrum because your husband won't let you run him, because your husband don't let you rule over him. Ladies, you guys got to get your act together, because let me tell you something. You're going to lose him. You most certainly are going to lose him, and he doesn't even want to go, but he's tired of your mess. He's tired of your smart mouth. He's tired of all your back and forth. He's tired of your aggressiveness. He's tired of your masculinity. He's tired of just hearing your mouth on a continual basis, complaining and nagging about everything. No man wants to be in a home with a woman who gives him no peace. The word of God says it's better for him to be on the corner of the rooftop than be in a house with you. Get your act together. You're going to lose him. Now, I have this video called 3 Keys to Fix Your Marriage When the Disrespect is Out of Control. I need you fellas and you ladies to watch it. It will help you. Remember that today and carry on.
She said, I gotta get my reading done now. Go to sleep.
I got fired for being a woke professor.
No, you got fired for scamming your students out of $120,000. I'm going to let her tell you what she said she was doing, and then I'm going to show you the truth with receipts.
I designed a kick-ass course to teach my 600 students about basic self-awareness, empathy, and essential communication skills for life. But, I mean, basically being a good human.
Now, let me tell you what she actually did. She designed a college course that required you pay to join her patriarchy rebellion community for the low price of $99 a year. Remember, she has 600 students. Now, since she was teaching at a business school, you might think that the patriarchy rebellion community is about succeeding in business. It's about communicating well in business. Nah, according to her, it's a safe place to coordinate our efforts to burn everything to the fucking ground. This is her saying this. Also, according to her, 100% of the membership fees are donated to Planned Parenthood. But here's something even funnier about that. Her web pages say different things that she was doing with the money. On her GoFundMe, it says she was using the funds to buy herself a Rebellion RV. Her website states that 100% of the membership fees are used for awareness, education, and activism for a bully-free future. And of course, we already saw the Facebook post where she says it's going to Planned Parenthood. And because she had been running this scam since 2022, she's raked in more than $120,000 in membership fees. All for a community that, as she said, is to coordinate our efforts to burn everything to the fucking ground. So no, you didn't get fired for being a woke professor. You got fired because you were scamming your students out of $120K.
You actually probably need to be in jail, to be honest with you. Just women are these modern women are con artists, man. This is, I feel like this is white collar crime.
I thought that sharing our feelings was going to make us feel closer until I actually tried it. And it did not work at all. It backfired. It was heartbreaking. It was embarrassing. I was like, I shouldn't even speak. Why do we even talk? And then I realized something. I was doing it wrong, okay? I was sharing my feelings like this. You hurt me. Here's proof that I deserve to feel what I'm feeling. Now fix it. And he would get defensive or feel weird or be like, not sure what to say. I'd be like, I shouldn't have even said anything. I shouldn't have said anything. I can't believe I even tried this. And vice versa, he'd do the same thing to me, okay? That was me expecting him to solve my feelings. That's me treating him like my enemy and not my partner. If I'm treating him like my enemy, how are we going to feel like we're on the same team? This is how I actually shared my feelings in a way that he responded warmly to. I am feeling this. Will you get curious about it with me? I'm not asking you to fix it or even apologize for it. I just want you to understand why I'm feeling what I'm feeling. That's it. What are you feeling and why does it make sense? And then I do the same thing back to him. What is he feeling and why does it make sense? It's awesome. I call it the mirror game, and I teach my clients how to do it, and I give it to you for free in a masterclass. If you want to learn, just comment or message the word SEEN.
So I'm hearing y'all still going at grown men that play video games? I guess we all losers, right? Well, let me give you some stats. Maybe it'll change your mind. Dudes that play strategy games show a 20-30% improvement in problem solving versus dudes that don't play games. Gamers show higher ability to retain memory and a higher ability for multitasking versus dudes that don't play games. 80% of dudes that game says it gives them instant stress relief. 65% of men who game says it's one of the main ways that they stay connected with their friends who are in different areas of the country. 25% of men that game process information faster than dudes that don't game. Check this out. Guys who game are significantly more likely to choose a career in the STEM field. Coding, engineering, IT, all the stuff that the future is going toward. And for my OGs, check this out. Men over 50 show higher cognitive skills and higher memory retention versus dudes who don't. And not to mention, the local police department, the military, and NASA all use video games as a part of their training regimen. What y'all think about that? So the next time one of y'all clowns wanna get online talking about grown men that play video games, make sure you understand that the dude that's playing video games is probably far superior than you. And you probably don't even realize it, because most times we humble. Pull up.
It's a lot of women who you will sit down and ask her, like, hey, like in your last relationship, like what role did you play in it going wrong?
Right.
And she'll look you dead in the eyes and say nothing. I did what I was supposed to do. He cheated.
Yeah.
Or I did what I was supposed to do. He neglected me.
Yeah.
Or whatever the case. You know what I'm saying? But no, it's something, but that speaks to the accountability of most women. And a lot of women lack accountability. And because of that they continue to repeat the same.
A lot of women.
Yeah, let me hold on. Let me make sure the mic is working. I said a lot of women lack accountability, and that caters to them constantly repeating the same mistakes.
That right there, what you said, a lot of women lack accountability. No. And I can say a lot of men lack accountability. Y'all cover up this and act like y'all's emotions just shut off. And the moment that a woman tell you about, y'all want to know so much about us, but the moment we tell you one thing about our past or about something that's very important to us, it's like, oh, she crazy. You know, like we closing that door as though everything has to be perfect. So I don't agree with that comment. A lot of women lack accountability. How about we address the men lacking your emotional state at the time that you're trying to get to know the woman? Like,
I think what you're doing is a perfect example of what I'm talking about. Because again, I never said that men don't lack accountability. When you said it, I nodded. Yep, you're right. A lot of men do. But just the mere mention of a woman having something to work on made you feel away. If you tell a woman that she needs to work on something, or you tell a woman that she's doing something wrong, you automatically go into defense, right? Or automatically like spin it back to what the man is not doing, or spin it back to what you did wrong. No. Sometimes you need to really just accept what that person is saying. Yeah, they may be wrong too, and we'll get to that. But right now we on you. Don't spin it back in my moment of telling you what you need to work on. And a lot of women do that.
Give your woman $1,000 and see what she do with it. She not gonna invest into her home. She gonna invest into her looks.
Yeah.
Which the home has more value.
Yeah.
So that's how you know money. She can't take a little and make a lot.
Yeah.
She can't. A woman multiplies things. A woman multiply and add. She don't subtract. Granddad and them used to give grandma and them the money. Grandma and them go put it up.
Yeah.
So a woman is supposed to take something and multiply.
Yeah, make more.
Come on. They taking from us. And they don't know how to breathe life into the black man.
Boy, what?
They don't. Then the black woman ain't praying for her man.
Man,
she praying on her man.
I said that
she
too.
praying on her man.
I said that too.
You ain't never woke up, your woman got a hand on her hand and said, Father, let me just pray this. You know shit?
Nah, never.
No.
Never.
But mama used to.
Yeah.
Wake up Saturday morning, mama and up that bullshit praying, nigga. Wake his eyes up, go back to sleep. Man, like she full of shit with that shit.
Waking me up. Look.
Hey, sorry it took so long. You okay?
Oh, babe. Yeah. No, I'm not busy right now. What's up? What happened?
Hey, babe.
You guys need help? Yeah.
Nah, we're actually good. Thanks, man. Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, shit. Hey, babe. No, I'm not doing anything.
Hi, honey.
We used to break up every week. I used to nag so much. I was so argumentative because I did not understand that word. I didn't know how to apply it to my life. But it wasn't until Proverbs 14:1 came and intervened. A wise woman builds her house with her own hands, but a foolish one tears hers down. As a woman, I had the ability to set the atmosphere in my home. Sometimes it's not always your man. Sometimes it's just you. You gotta stop nagging so much. You gotta stop complaining. Your words can make your marriage, your relationship unbearable and undesirable. Remember, the word of the Lord says that a soft answer turneth away wrath. If you are dealing with situations in your relationship and in your marriage with aggression, you are never going to get the response you want. You cannot be the type of woman that wants respect but don't give it. Bottom line, I'm giving you free game right now. You have the ability to build your house. And you can build your house through the spirit of wisdom. No man wants a nagging woman. I don't care how fine you are. I don't care how sweet you are. I don't care how much you do. No man wants a nagging woman. Period.
That baby say, I'm tired of all these philosophical debates. Just let me sleep. And by the way, I'm looking at the baby. Seems like that's facing the front instead of the back of the seat. I thought the baby was supposed to be rear facing. I guess I was wrong about that. Okay, so I'm reading something here. It says that the baby actually choked on her milk. So she faced her forward so she could see her. So it's probably not the safest thing to do. But she said she got a little bit paranoid. So she just wanted to make sure that the baby was okay.
Okay? Men are good people, all right? I mean, it's on you if it's not going well. And I'm being honest with you. If you're in a relationship with a man and it's not going well, ladies, it's your fault. No, don't boo me. They're simple creatures. You have overestimated them if you've allowed them to upset you. They are simple creatures. Are you offended by me saying you're simple? No, he's delighted because he wants word to get out so that she will lower her standards and quit nagging, okay? Here's the problem, is that women think that men are thinking all this stuff, and they're not, you know? Half the time the words escape their lips like invisible paintballs, just pelting and annoying women around them. They don't even know, because women, we overthink everything. That's why we can't have wet dreams, okay? Because we'd be like, how did Brad Pitt get in my room? You know, I thought I locked the door. I don't like this position. I haven't brushed my teeth. You know, we think all the time. They don't. They don't. It's not your fault, honey, that you don't think a lot, because you're penis impaired. You have outdoor plumbing, and it pulls on your spine and creates pressure on your medulla oblongata. And sometimes we read into stupid shit they said, and we get our feelings hurt when it's just a dumb dude statement. He's just doing dumb dude stuff. And women get mad. They go, and I appreciate, I'm letting you know, they go, Monique, you make it sound like we should lower our standards when it comes to men. It's like, no, don't lower them, lose them altogether. If he comes home at night, it's yours. Just feed him some noodles and touch his pee-pee, you know? They're that simple. Live your life. Live your life, ladies. I wish somebody would have told me the truth. Go live, do whatever you want, be an astronaut, whatever. They don't care. They're not even paying attention to you. You want me to tell you something? When you try to engage a man in a conversation, when you ask a man a direct question, you know what the man is thinking? The man is not thinking of the answer to that question. The man is thinking, what can I say that will shut this shit down? I'm not mad. I don't want her gone. You know what I mean? I just want her over there right now. I'm not ready. She's coming in hot and I haven't had coffee.
It's grown men on here shooting their shot. And if you don't reply back on time, they will unsend their message.
Sure did.
So they better than me, okay? They just unsent their message. Me personally, you leave me on red, I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm blocking you. Stop playing. It's a brother in your DM right now that sent you every angle of his beef and balls. I ain't even disrespect you like that. I said good morning. And I hear y'all. Dre, you don't think that's a little sassy for you to unsend a message? Watch this. Listen to this.
No.
This is a sick Negro. Do you know why married men make more than single men? Because they have to. You wake up, your wife's like, we're all hungry. I gotta fix that. Hey, I'd like to sleep together. Well, before we make more people, you need to get more food. So it becomes an incentive for a man. Many men are told, you know what, once you make enough money, once you achieve enough status, once you have obtained your career, once you have put yourself in a secure position, then go find a family. And what I would tell you is, you won't achieve those things without a family, because that family is your motive to make money, to achieve, to compete, to endure pain, to get over hardship, to pick yourself up when you've been knocked out, and we'll all be there because your wife and your children are depending on you.
Ladies, initiate it with your husband. Initiate sexy time with your husband. Men want to feel desired and loved just as much as we do. It is not always the man's job to initiate intimacy. You don't have to have on the perfect lingerie. Your hair doesn't have to be done. Your man wants to see you in your natural state. That's what he sees all the time. It's putting in effort to show initiation that you love your man. The next time you're laying in bed, roll over and say, you want to do it real quick? I can bet you money that man's probably going to say yes. Because he wants to feel wanted. It's not always up to our husbands or our boyfriends to initiate this. And I know we need to feel emotionally loved. That's not what I'm saying in this video. I am merely saying, don't always have it on your husband or your boyfriend to always initiate intimacy. Because here's the other problem. If you're going to continue to deny him, he will probably start pulling away. We need to remember that we need to have that time together as a couple. I challenge you, one day this week, at least one day, initiate it with your husband. See what happens.
Facts on facts. They've actually studied it. They actually found that men who did the thing, less than once a week, so one or none, they were actually twice as likely to develop ED. And following almost 1,000 men over the course of 5 years and finding that those who were doing the thing at least 3 days a week were only a fourth as likely to develop ED as those who only were getting it once a week. On top of the many other health benefits like higher progesterone and estrogen levels, I think we can agree that, using it or losing it is pretty accurate. And I think this is twofold. One, psychologically, you are getting those rush of hormones and you're like, ooh, I want more because they're good feeling hormones. And then physically, it's blood vessels and nerve endings that are getting fed when they are stimulated. So yeah, definitely at least once a week. No, twice. We're going to say twice.
Well, I know the message that I need to be pounding into. Y'all see that? Woo! Y'all have a good night.
Ladies, stop being so hard-headed at times when your man is trying to tell you things. Like, at times we think that a man is controlling us when he's trying to tell us something because he can see something better than we can. For instance, your man will tell you, hey, stop arguing with them people. Stop communicating with them people. Stop talking to them because he looks at you on a higher level. The problem is that they're nothing compared to you. So when he's trying to tell you things like, oh, stop doing this and stop doing that, it's not because he's controlling you. It's because he looks at you like, man, you up here and they're down here. Like they don't even compare to you. So as women, we have to take a step back and say, maybe my man is right. Like maybe he does see something that I can't see, because I'll be completely honest. Men have a much better perspective of things than women do. Men know when something is bullshit immediately. And we as women, we can't catch that. So take a step back, listen to your man. It's okay.
I know that most men have dark thoughts that cross their mind because that's how y'all wired. Now, whether you act on those or not, or fall victim to them, is a whole nother thing. And this is why the more you learn about men and their psychology, the more you can understand what it means to be a good man.
Right.
Women don't, first and foremost, women don't have respect for themselves because they trade respect for attention and validation. So they bankrupt in the respect department. But they can't, if they don't have respect for themselves, they definitely can't have respect for you as men regardless. However, even if they had respect in the bank account, they still couldn't respect you as men. And the reason for that is because they don't understand what it takes for a man to actually be a man. And men, because you want to be liked, you want to be seen as good, you don't want to let women into the recesses of your mind. Because if women understood the types of thoughts that go through men's mind, one, a lot of them would be scared. Two, they could have more respect and appreciation for a man who actually has a sense of self-control. Because it requires so much energy for men to go against their nature, they could have more compassion and more give for when you fall short of their expectations, right? Your expectations, they wouldn't be so high. So I don't think that every man acts on these thoughts, but I do think that the thoughts that go through through men's minds are very dark, and it goes through the overwhelming majority of men's minds, yes.
Hey, bro. Hey, that's what I'm saying. Hey, bro, you gotta hide right there, bro. Them boys gonna come on in there.
Man works from sun to sun. Women's work is never done. I remember puzzling over this and thinking about it as a little girl and thinking, well, that's really true. Because my father goes off when the sun comes up, and he comes back at night, and he takes his paper and sits down, and he's served dinner. And after dinner, my mother cleans up the kitchen, and she oversees homework, and she bathes us and puts us to bed. And I thought, he has the job that finishes, and hers is never done, even on weekends.
Huh. Interesting opinion you got there, Meryl. Are you married?
We lived an extremely anomalous life. You know, my husband is an artist, a sculptor, and he was accommodating to an understanding of my work, process, and I was and I was understanding of him and his monomania about what it was that he did.
So basically, so far, you don't really know what's going on with him. But go ahead.
So she and her longtime husband, Don Gummer, they've been married for 45 years. And news broke this weekend that they've actually been separated for 6 years.
So they're calling it 2017 when they got divorced. Because it's saying now, okay, we've actually been separated for 6 years. I guess they're backdating it from whenever. I'm not sure. The point is, you want to sit up here and talk about nonsense. So what you're telling me is that you had a bad understanding of what went on then, and you had a bad understanding of what goes on in a man's life now. He's supposed to watch me be all up on people, do all of these love scenes and whatever it is that actors and actresses do, which is not real, by the way. But the stuff and the arts that he does as a sculptor and things of that nature, it's whatever he does, and I'm tolerant is what it sounds like of that. I don't know what you guys had going on, but at some point in time, I guess you guys grew apart. And now you're on here on the stage talking about, yeah, that's true. Well, you weren't even in grown folks' business. Your observation was wrong, as is most modern women. You only see what you see. When your dad is out the house, you think, oh, he's going at work. That's all I know about my dad. Daddy wasn't telling me exactly what was going on. A lot of times, at least for boomers and people of their age, you don't really ever find out what was going on until they're dead. Until you hear stories at a funeral, or maybe an aunt or an uncle tells you that. Maybe your grandmother, maybe your mother at some point in time, or you see pictures and it lets you know, oh, wow, man, Dad was out there really doing it, man. He was over here and he was over there. But essentially, once again, you guys are speaking on stuff that you have no idea about. So you're saying, oh, he only goes to work and he comes home. That's all he does. But I see my mama, because maybe I'm at home doing this for him and doing that for him. Because I don't see him at work, then essentially he's doing nothing, because I don't see him doing anything at home. By the way, when he's outside doing stuff, I don't even see that. I'm at home, inside the house, doing work. And that's also another thing. Modern women tend to forget kids in general, to be honest with you, tend to forget or not remember the things that Dad was actually doing. They just remember the familiar stuff that they would always see, the most prominent stuff, the stuff that's right in front of their face. But the man was probably doing a lot, and you didn't see that. Of course, you don't give him credit for it, because y'all be acting stupid and talking stupid. This is what we expect from you guys, to talk dumb. So, I get it. I understand it. Just another way to bash men and tell men that they ain't doing nothing. Just a bunch of foolishness.